Hi. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad. Jenny, thank you. I didn't realize I was muted. I'm like sitting here talking about this thing. I'm so sorry. Okay, so to recap what I was saying, some of you might remember this from previous years. I don't know if any of you have actually applied for it before. Applied? I don't know if that's the right word, but it's this poetry contest throughout South Carolina, and it's pretty cool because you could potentially win $500. Okay, I don't know about my camera because I do have my camera on. Let's try it again. There we go. I can see myself now. I don't know if you guys can. But if you win, you get $500 and your poem will be published and you'll be invited to read it at this meeting where they honor you. And you're all eligible to do this because you're all in English 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you want to do it, the poem can't be longer than 32 lines. You should keep the subject matter school appropriate. And that's pretty much it. If you want to do it, just let me know because you'll send the poem to me and then I'll compile all the ones from Allegro students and send them. And the deadline is April 15th. So that's like a week after we come back from spring break. So I'll try to remember to keep reminding you about this, but I'll also post it on Canvas. Post on Canvas, Skylark Poetry Prize. Okay. So I just wanted to make y'all aware of that. We are going to do a Kahoot, which I already posted on Canvas. Yes, I did. You'll notice I also reposted the color symbolism chart. We're gonna do the Kahoot. I'm gonna like read out a thing or two, just like verbally quiz y'all a little bit, and then we'll kind of revisit the color symbolism chart because you do have, there's a little bit of material on the test about color symbolism. So let's go to Kahoot. Let me make sure that this is, no, okay. Randomize the order of questions and the answers. Oh my gosh. Hang on, guys. I didn't know you could do different Kahoot music. I never knew. Well, sometimes it automatically does it. I think I like the Halloween, don't I? Oh yeah, I love that. I'm gonna turn up this screen a little bit because I can barely hear it. I've never even heard some of these. Bum, 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 bum. Sometimes I just wish I was a phoenix, so I could just rebirth myself and not just have one life. What a mood. I mean, I get it. So I can just rise from the ashes and live my life. This is wild. No, I wish I was a dragon. I'm doing Halloween. All right, sorry. I just didn't know that I had so many choices. That's very exciting. Sorry, just to be clear, Randall, you just came in here. We're gonna review for our test, our Ethan Frome test tomorrow.
Okay.
It's ghostly. I love it. I can even change it now.
Wait, what are we reviewing?
Ethan Frome for our test tomorrow. Oh yeah, I can make this full screen, couldn't I? I think we have one person not in. We're low on attendance today, but all right. Is that everybody? All right. Who does Mrs. Hale believe has suffered the most from the accident? Starkfield, Ethan, Xena, or Maddie? Ooh, only one person. Yeah, Ethan, because he started out miserable and he had a little bit of hope for a minute, but then he had it all taken away from him. So that's what Mrs. Hale says at the very end of the book. I'm also going to emphasize, pay close attention. Like, even if you're not doing well on this Kahoot, pay close attention and study it afterwards, because a lot of the test is basically identical to this Kahoot. So, oh, Alyssa. In the beginning of the novel, who is Ethan picking up from the church dance? Yeah, most of us got this. We should change this music too. Why does Ethan offer the narrator lodging? Jotham is unable to house him for the night. The narrator's inn burns down. Ethan's wife wants company, or there's a bad snowstorm. There's a bad snowstorm. Ooh. Cece pulled ahead. Why is Ethan unable to procure any money from Ned Hale? They don't actually owe him any money. He knows Ned's family is poor and needs the money. He feels selfish for swindling them out of it, or he does not want to take any money for Xena. Good. I think either one of those answers works. He feels bad swindling the money from them because they're nice, honest people, but also they're very poor and need the money. In the last lines of the book, to whom does Mrs. Hale compare Ethan, Xena, and Maddie? To Ruth and Ned, to Romeo and Juliet, to those who suffered in the Civil War, or to the Fromes in the graveyard? Oh, only one person got that one right. Yeah, there's this whole thing with them being similar to what? I don't know. No, it was Alyssa. What does Xena have planned after returning from the doctor? What's she going to do? Start taking an expensive new medicine, start working on the farm, start a new health regimen, or replace Maddie with an efficient new housekeeper? Replace her. The hired girl. Surprised that some of y'all got that one wrong. Who broke the pickle dish? The cat, Ethan, Xena, or Maddie? We all knew that one. What resident of the town other than Ethan has a special interest in Maddie Silver? Ned Hale, Dennis Eady, Jotham Powell, or Daniel Byrne? Yes, good. I misspelled Dennis, though. It's only got one N. Who is the sickly, querulous old woman lying on the couch at the end of the book? Yeah, guys, at the end, it's Maddie. They kind of do this little role reversal. by the end. Zane, you just came in. We're doing a Kahoot to review for our test on Ethan Frome tomorrow. What sound does Ethan hear while looking up at the stars right after the accident? Nothing. He thinks he's gone deaf. A small animal which turns out to be a bird. A small animal which turns out to be Maddie. Yes, good. Why does the sled swerve when they're headed toward the elm? Strong winds. Ethan sees Zena's face and brushes it aside. Maddie gets scared and jumps off, or they hit a bump. He sees her face and brushes it aside, and it makes the sled swerve. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel good about Alyssa and Cece's chances of doing well on the test. Why does Zena leave town, giving Ethan and Maddie a night to themselves? To go to the doctor, to go on a mission trip, to go on a business trip, or to visit family? Yeah, going to see that doctor in Bettsbridge. Who originally worked as a nurse in the Frome household when Ethan was younger? Ruth Varnum, Mrs. Hale, Zena, or Maddie? Nah. Took care of his mom. After they go sledding, what does Maddie suggest? Going on a date, crashing into the big elm, killing themselves by jumping into the icy pond, or running away together? Only one of you guys? Yeah, I mean, killing themselves, but not by jumping into the icy pond. What does Ethan say after they crash? That he's glad they lived, they need to go to the hospital, he needs to feed the horse, or he wishes they had died. He needs to feed the horse. Very important when you've nearly died. Why does Ethan sneak up and look in the church window? He's come to pick up Zena and watches her dance with Dennis. He's come to pick up Maddie and watches her dance with Dennis. He's breeding the horses for them, or he has come to town for the dance. Yeah. What is the main reason Ethan can't run away with Maddie? I think there was a demon in this. I don't know. The main reason. All of these might be minor reasons, but... Good. Was somebody trying to say something? It sounded terrible. Poltergeist? Oh, a subwoofer. Why is the pickle dish so important to Zena? Worth a lot of money, family heirloom, irreplaceable wedding gift, or birthday gift from Ethan? Wedding gift. It's probably not worth a lot of money. Why don't Ethan and Maddie discuss their feelings for each other at their dinner? They're too shy and nervous to talk about it. They think it's boring. They do talk about it, and that's the climax of the novel, or they don't have feelings for each other yet at that point. Good. Last one. Why does Ethan tell Maddie he wants to sit in front of the sled? She always gets to sit in front. He wants to feel the wind on his face, so he gets the brunt force of the crash, or because he wants to feel her holding him. Good. I was worried that might trip you guys up, because we know that the real reason he wants to sit in front is so that he gets the brunt force of the crash, but he tells her he wants to feel her holding him. All right, let's look at our podium. Pootin' Tootin' in number 3, third place. Cece in second. And Alyssa in first. Wonderful. Where's like the freaking next button, you know? Whatever. Okay, so we didn't do a great job. And sorry, I'm just seeing the chat. It was hidden while I had that full screen. It's giving us 12 questions as the most difficult questions, which is over half. So not great. For those of you who came in a little bit late, I just want to kind of reemphasize that I posted this already on Canvas, Ethan from Review Kahoot, and I would recommend that you guys do it some more on your own, because a lot of the test is more or less identical to this. Not the entirety of the test. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. I might go back to sharing in a couple minutes, but I wanna quickly do something here. I don't want to mirror my displays. This is so strange. Okay, I'm just going to ask you guys some questions out loud, and whoever wants to respond can. This is just some more open-ended kind of questions from Ethan Frome. What was the reason that Ethan and Xena got married in the first place?
Because Ethan really liked Xena because he took care of her mother. She took care of his mother. Is what I meant.
Yes, she took care of his mother, and was like, had all the makings of a good wife, essentially. The thing that really kind of causes Xena to be anti-Maddie, like, she never seems nice to her or anything, but when she finally sort of makes up her mind to throw her out, is when the pickle dish gets broken. Why was she so upset about that she would throw Maddie out?
Because the pickle dish. Oh, go ahead, Alyssa.
It was like a symbol of their marriage.
Yeah, exactly. Like we said in the Kahoot, it was a wedding gift, and because of that, it's kind of like a symbol of their marriage. So the fact that they brought it out and used it, which she never does, was already being like disrespectful, and then breaking it is just sort of a symbol that their marriage is broken too. I can't find my mouse. Oh my god, where's my freaking mouse? There we go. I'm actually trying to remember the answer to this. Okay, Ethan begins writing a letter to Xena to tell her that he's going to run away out west with Maddie, but he stops writing the letter. What prevents him from finishing it?
The realization that he doesn't have enough money to do it, and if he does do it, then Xena wouldn't have enough money to like sell the farm and everything.
Yes, exactly. I was trying to remember what chapter that was in, but I can't. Boy, that last scene actually lasts kind of a long time. He was gonna write, and that was why he didn't. He was gonna ask Andrew Hale for money. Took up his pen. Blah, blah, blah. I found it. Yeah, he didn't think he could borrow the money from anybody. Okay. What does the name Starkfield tell us about the setting of the novel?
It's like an empty, bare place that's pretty boring.
Yes, exactly. We know from vocabulary that stark basically means like empty and um, austere and minimalist, and that's kind of what the town is like. It's just there's not much life going on there. There's nothing really to do. It's just like open expanses of snow everywhere. Um, how is the ending of the novel ironic?
Because uh, Ethan wanted to get away from Xena this whole time, and him and Maddie were supposed to run away and be together until death, and they ended up living longer and moved in closer with Xena because she ended up having to take care of them.
Yep, he wanted to escape her and his life so much, and he wound up stuck with them forever. Any other ways you guys can see that this is ironic?
Maddie basically turned into Xena.
Yeah, that's a big one for sure. All the things he had hated about Xena, Maddie, kind of by the end, she has all these qualities, and he isn't able to escape it. Both good examples. I think also the whole it's kind of the other side of the coin with him like wanting to escape Xena and then spending the rest of his life with her, that he kind of got what he wanted. He got Maddie, and they are together forever, but they're miserable. And he is stuck in the same situation he was always stuck in. It's very sad. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Let's turn our attention for just a moment back to, well, shoot, now I wish I hadn't done this thing, mirror my display. Okay. Share screen. We're just going to take a quick look back at the color symbolism chart. If I'm looking at this chart just based on like how many instances we have of this color being mentioned, I would think that the main, like most important ones would be red, white, gray, and possibly black. Sorry, was somebody trying to say something? It got weird again. Okay, I think I'm just hearing noises, or like maybe somebody's not muted and that's kind of interfering. It sounds like there's a transformer in here. Okay, so red, we have like these associations, sort of two different sides of the coin here. On one hand, red can represent passion and love, and the other side it can be more like anger or death or destruction or madness. Like red is the color of blood. So the things that we have that are referenced as being red in the novel, several things in regards to Maddie: the red ribbon in her hair, her cherry colored fascinator, or the scarf. I don't know why that says scarfafa. And then we have obviously the pickle dish. And then we also have the red gash across his forehead, which is probably like the first time we hear about red. So why do you think that red might be important? Like what could it represent? Why might the author use red to kind of stand out in this book?
Because red is usually such a vibrant color, and for some, a happy color. And so to use it in such a dark manner can really make it stand out.
Yeah, and I like what you said about it's a, I don't remember the word you said exactly, but that red like sticks out, and particularly in this kind of environment, this very stark, like bleak gray atmosphere, these few things are kind of associated with red. It's sort of seen as like Maddie's color, like she's always wearing something red, and that really makes a lot of sense considering the fact that she is like kind of the bright spot for Ethan. She's like the one thing that sticks out in this dull gray landscape. But then on the flip side of that, you've got the red gash across his forehead, which I think you could read a couple of things into that. Either like, yes, it's also it is a happy, passionate color, but it's also used in this other way to represent like blood and death and destruction. It's a remnant of this horrible thing that happened to him. But also like it was this color that was associated with Maddie, so it's like bright and positive, and then it's like a symbol of the worst thing that happened to the two of them and a thing that she kind of forced him into. So I think that's good. Now white, we have like we associate it with like innocence, purity, brightness, goodness, like primarily all good things. We've also the instances of it that we see in the book are mostly like landscape stuff. The snow, the white landscape, the white waves of snow, the white load of the sawmill, white immensities of sky and land, all of this sort of landscape stuff. So why do we think that white is like the predominant color that's used for the setting?
Because white, in some people's eyes, in my eyes specifically, can be a very boring color because there's really, it's at the end of the spectrum on the color wheel. So there's really nothing going on with it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the other probably most important one, I mean, maybe black too, but gray. And I think for sort of the same reason as white, actually, like it is more representative of like gloominess and dullness. And that's kind of like what the whole thing in Starkfield is. It's just like dull and boring. So the only other real thing is black. And we have really a wide variety of, guys, can y'all please hush? And you should be paying attention because we have a test tomorrow. It's all of these, like really a variety of things, like black horsehair decoration, Dennis's hair, Maddie's hair. And I feel like a lot of times it's for atmospheric purposes, like them standing in the dark, or like the black background of the kitchen, the blackish curve of her brows. But all of our associations with black primarily are like evil, death, ominous, the end. Do you think there's any like significance to that, or any reason they choose black for those particular things?
I do, but I don't know like how to explain it. Black can be like a shadow color, basically. So it's used to like make things stand out more so. And definitely in this book, there are times when black just really kind of stands out, especially like when they're describing a part in the setting or like one of the animals, things of that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think particularly with like standing together in the blackness, and what you said, it's kind of like a shadow color. And like a lot of the times when they're walking home together, or in that last scene, it almost does seem like they're in shadow. Like the stuff they're trying to do is like concealed, or it should be concealed. Okay, so you really only have like one question about color symbolism. on the test, but I wanted to kind of go back over that so we could help each other like make some connections about that. So the test is 20 multiple choice questions, 5 short answer, and a paragraph. All I have for today is just reviewing for the test. So before I say anything else, do you guys have any specific questions about the test or like things that you want to review about the book?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you want to do the Kahoot one more time?
Yes.
Okay, we will do the Kahoot. And those of you who are a little bit late can get in on it this time. Come on. Mm. Let's get in if we're going to. Uh-oh, we lost Alyssa. There she is. Anybody else? There's Jenny. I'm about to start it, so if you're not in, quickly try to get in, and if you're not going to do it, pay attention anyway, because like I said, this is very similar to the test. All right. Who is the sickly, querulous old woman lying on the couch at the end of the book? Good. In the last lines of the book, who does Mrs. Hale compare the three of them to? Beautiful. Already getting started is better than last time. What sound does Ethan hear while looking up at the stars? Great. Why does the sled swerve when they're headed towards the elm? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, y'all are literally so close in score. Who broke the pickle dish? Meow. What does Xena have planned after returning from the doctor? Yes, y'all are all at 100%. 5 points away from each other. Look at that. Who does Mrs. Hale believe has suffered the most from the accident? Mm-hmm. What resident of the town other than Ethan has a special interest in Maddie? Dennis. Nice. What is the main reason Ethan can't run away with Maddie? No money. In the beginning, who is Ethan picking up from the church dance? Matty Silva. Why does Xena leave town, giving Ethan and Maddie a night to themselves? Where's she going? Yep. To the doctor. Who originally worked as a nurse in the Frome household when Ethan was younger? Xena. Why is the pickle dish so important to Xena? Irreplaceable wedding gift. Very sad. Why don't they discuss their feelings for each other at their private dinner? Yup. They're just too nervous. What does Ethan say after they crash? The one thing he talks about. Yep. Probably in a little bit of shock. Why does Ethan sneak up and look in the church window? Those are long answers. Why does Ethan offer the narrator lodging? Bad snowstorm. Ooh, Alyssa, 17 in a row correct. Which is everyone. Why does Ethan tell Maddie he wants to sit in front? Why is he unable to procure any money from Ned Hale? Yeah, and both of those answers, I would accept either one. They're kind of tied in together. All right, last question. After they go sledding, what does Maddie suggest? Yep, crashing into the big elm. The smash up. All right, literally, I think there were like 2 wrong answers the whole time, so that's great. Feel good about you 3. Nice. 98% correct. That's lovely. 99. Nice. All right. Well, we still have about 10 minutes of class left. Not 10, 8. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I assume that tomorrow will be normal. I would think the only reason it wouldn't be is if like people's power gets knocked out or anything, and they'll let us know about that. But I think the storm is supposed to like be really bad this afternoon and then be done with. So I would expect school to be normal tomorrow, and we will have our test. I will see y'all then.
Bye.